Thank you for joining us today for Parenting 101 with Sister Georgie. Have questions? Seeking answers? Ask Sister Georgie. Tune in to our live shows, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on UMERADIO.com or YouTube.com/UMERadio. Sponsored by Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries. If you need more information or have an interest in taking online parenting courses and workshops, send an email to support@wamoe.org. This program is in association with CARIBVISION at CARIBVISION.tv. Start watching today. Thank you for joining us today for Parenting 101 with Sister Georgie. Have questions? Seeking answers? Ask Sister Georgie. Tune in to our live shows, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on UMERADIO.com or YouTube.com/UMERadio. Sponsored by Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries. If you need more information or have an interest in taking online parenting courses and workshops, send an email to support@wamoe.org. This program is in association with CARIBVISION at CARIBVISION.tv. Start watching today. Thank you for joining us today for Parenting 101 with Sister Georgie. Have questions? Seeking answers? Ask Sister Georgie. Tune in to our live shows, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on UMERADIO.com or YouTube.com/UMERadio. Sponsored by Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries. If you need more information or have an interest in taking online parenting courses and workshops, send an email to support@wamoe.org. This program is in association with CARIBVISION at CARIBVISION.tv. Start watching today. Thank you for joining us today for Parenting 101 with Sister Georgie. Have questions? Seeking answers? Ask Sister Georgie. Tune in to our live shows, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on UMERADIO.com or YouTube.com/UMERadio. Sponsored by Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries. If you need more information or have an interest in taking online parenting courses and workshops, send an email to support@wamoe.org. This program is in association with CARIBVISION at CARIBVISION.tv. Start watching today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day, because I'm certainly having one. And I just want to talk a little bit about the Excel Project. The Excel Project has been on my heart for so many years. I've launched it in 2014. And it's just, I've been asking God, when is this going to come forth? So I since I joined the virtual network and, after the pandemic started in 2020, April 2020, it's been a blessing. So little by little, things kept unfolding. Oh my goodness. And I'm so excited to see it come to fruition. I love when I see a young man, a young woman doing something positive. Oh, I go out of my way to help them as much as I can, because they really need somebody to push them and help them to grow and build. Yes, so we have the IAC accredited certificate courses. Yes, and that's a standard continuing education and training. It's a universal model for helping for learning process excellence. So this is something that the students, they get a certificate after they finish the program, so they feel good. So it's like a 6-month course. And we have different people. We'll be training them from different parts of the world. You don't have to be anywhere in the world. You can get this done. You can do this program, sign up for this program, and it will certainly help you, because we have to say about youth, because the youth is our future in their lives, because everybody is born with a purpose and a plan. But we got to find out what is it we need to do. I always talk to the students when I say to them, what is your passion? And some of them don't know what it is to have a passion. So I said to them, what is it when you were young? Let's go back to when you were young. What is it you like to do? You know, and I would, sometimes it was kind of puzzle. So I kind of give, did you draw? Did you, do little cartoons? Did you have a little journal? You draw some little papers, you do. What is it you do? And they started thinking, did you like what you do? Did you write down, did you like to do portraits? You write down things that you were dealing with your life. I mean, there are things that you were doing and didn't realize it. Did you like to make things? Did you like to pull things apart and put them back together? And then some of them say, yes, I did that. Oh, so that's a passion. Did you like to sing? You like to dance? You know, and some of them say, yes, I like to cook. So there you go. Yes. To, those who are writing books, Extra Project Youth Book Deal Competition for ages 12 to 25, because there are children out here that's writing books. They have things in their thoughts, and they write down things. They don't realize that it's actually a book they're actually writing, so it's a good way to encourage them, so you can find the excelproject.com/kids. So it's a powerful program. And this is encouraging them as well to be, also help them to learn how to be entrepreneurs. Okay, this is all part. We're developing entrepreneurs as well, because they need to feel good about themselves. And it's so important, and knowing that, they have put something out there in society that even when they get older and they, oh my God, didn't I see you somewhere? And it make them feel famous, and that's powerful. We want to make sure young people, our future, be all that they can be. And that's all it is all about, and we also have the IACET accredited CU courses, which we did talk about earlier for professionals, ex-convicts, and seniors, because we don't want to forget them as well, because the seniors, it's like a forgotten generation. Most children don't even, people don't really think much about seniors. They really do a lot of harm to them. But seniors are very important to our society. They are like the wisdom of our society. I call them the wisdom people, and I really like sitting and talking to them and hear their stories, because it's so important, and the Exit Project is also to bridge that gap between the older generation and the younger generation. Okay. And it's so important for them to do this, and ex-convicts, for them not to go back to what they do, to do crimes again, redo crimes and go back to prison again, because prison is not a fun place to be, So if everybody sign up at the excelproject.com/register, it will be so great, because I tell you, it's just an awesome thing, to really know that this vocational training center is doing something to help, to enhance, our young people, whatever they have already, to enhance their growth and to push them into greatness, because all of us, there's greatness in all of us. We know it's there. And we just got to educate our minds to be sincere, so we got to, change the way we think, because we have to work as a team, in order to help our young people to grow, because our children are our future. And we got to make sure the future is bright, and we have to be the adults to help them, to push them to where they need to be. And thank you so much for listening. And God bless.
Thank you for joining us today for Parenting 101 with Sister Georgie. Have questions? Seeking answers? Ask Sister Georgie. Tune in to our live shows, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on UMERADIO.com or YouTube.com/UMERADIO. sponsored by Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries. If you need more information or have an interest in taking online parenting courses and workshops, send an email to support@wamoe.org. This program is in association with CARIBVISION at CARIBVISION.tv. Start watching today.
Hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jesus. Sister Georgie here from Mississippi. I'm coming to you. Yes. Live in person this morning. Yes, yes, yes. How y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing well. You know, it's a beautiful day. Nice, sunny, breezy over here in Mount Vernon, New York. Yes, I don't know how it is where you at, but it's nice here. So I'm enjoying it. It's been sunny for a few days, but you know, it's just really great. And I'm just excited about what God is doing each and every day, because the important thing is you got up this morning, and that's a powerful thing. Okay, the fact that you can get up and move around, that's powerful. So we got to be thankful and grateful for that. Yes. So we are in goodness, boy, there's a time. Oh my goodness, where the months go? It's flying. Oh my Lord. But anyway, we got to keep moving. So this is yours truly, Sister Georgie from Mississippi by way of Jamaica, West Indies. Ha ha. Parenting 101. Are you ready? All right. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm having my morning tea. So you can have your little tea with Sister Georgie this morning if you want to. All right. So having my little tea and my fruit. All right. I'm having a little strawberry. Okay. All right. So got to have that too. Parenting 101. Got to give our children breakfast. Okay. We got to give that energy for the day. So this is wonderful. So if you got your little tea and your little crackers or cookies, you could sit with Sister Georgie and have tea this morning. Yes. And I have my little snack. I'm a little snack as well. So I'm enjoying the little snack. And some tea. So this is good this morning. Yes, yes, yes. That's my little fruit of the day. That's right. So it's very good. All right. Let's get into our segment this morning. It's a little different today. It's all right. So thankful. And we're going to go into prayer. I'm just going to say the Our Father prayer this morning, because it is indeed a great prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So I'm excited today to see what the Lord has done. And we just ask God to bless the parents today as they follow this segment. And I would pray that this segment would touch somebody's heart, soul, body, mind, and spirit as we continue to develop and to be great parents. Hello, Kelly ASMR. How you doing today? All right. Welcome. Welcome all my listeners, all the listeners that connect to Parenting 101. Tell your friends, get a watch party, and let's all hang out today and have some tea with Sister Georgie from Mississippi. All right. Today we're going to, our focus scripture is Proverbs 22:6. All right. And verse 15. All right. And I got to read that. All right. And it says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. Verse 15 says, foolishness isn't bound in the heart of a child. The rod of correction will drive it far from him. So this is our foundation scripture we have been using since the beginning of the year, because this is part of what I utilize to raise my children, to help them to be where they are today. Okay, I flow in scripture, and I learned that you don't have to. A lot of people don't want to discipline their children, but you have a right to do that. I have some information from some good sources who work with children every day, that you have a right to discipline your child. Yes, you do. But you can, like I share with you, discipline, you tap him in the hand or on the butt. Okay? But I was told, no upper, don't leave any marks. Okay? That's how they say, once you pick up a belt or you pick up whatever you use, object, whatever it is, those are all weapons. So that's what they're saying. And so it won't be considered child abuse. Okay, some of us get a little carried away with it. What the Bible does talk about, the rod of correction, the rod of discipline. Okay, so you got to know, that while you teaching your children, discipline them, is not that you hate them. You discipline them because you love them. Because the more you discipline them and they understand right from wrong, okay, when they grow up and they get out into the world, okay, they know how to function. They know how to talk to people. They know how to deal with issues. They know how to deal with conflict. They know how to deal with anger. Okay, they won't grow up and be angry people. Okay, and they'll be able to function in a job, be able to function in school, if be it college or trade school, whatever it is. They know how to carry themselves. Okay, so that's very important. All right, when you train your children, train them correctly, they will shine for you. Okay, when you don't do much to help them, then you're going to have some tears as you get older. Yes, that's right. There is a difference between discipline and punishment. That's for sure. Yes, because sometimes we got disciplined and we got punished. Oh my God, it was pretty severe where I come from. I'm from the islands, so it's a little different with their parenting skills. Okay, so they didn't really understand between the discipline and the punishment. It could be severe, but God wants us, to do things right so our children grow up healthy and strong, okay, in their minds, their body, their soul, and their spirit. And this word of God is something that you do every day. You read to them every day. You pray with them as well. And when you're praying for your children, let them hear you calling their names to the Lord. I used to do that a lot to my children. Yes, raising children requires patience, wisdom, and understanding. Too often, all we do is punish out of frustration. That's true. Okay, sometimes you parents are really upset and y'all don't know how to handle it. So take it on your children. That's correct. So we got to be able to keep things balanced. And when we having these off days, okay, before we go and deal with our children, sometimes we got to take a breather. Okay, sometimes we got to be able to let me just slow it down. Maybe as a parent, count from backwards from 10 to 1. Okay, if you're having an off day. All right, so we don't want to take it our frustrations in our children, because then it's going to be worse. All right, so what we want to talk about today is dealing with how to help children deal with rejection. Okay, this is a pretty interesting topic, and I asked the Lord to really help me through it. And I've always, got some research, help me, the researchers give me some insight because, there are other people as well who give good connections and to support the topic. Yes, how to help children deal with rejection because, as we're seeing in our time, we have our young men growing up, they don't understand how to deal with rejection. So when a young lady tells them no, they feel some sense of that disrespect, just like almost the same as when you're part of a gang and say, for example, somebody step on your sneaker and you got to prove yourself, you know and you're going to take it out on that person. You're going to go and hurt that person, okay, because you're going to show up yourself in front of your homie. So sometimes this young man, he got rejected in front of his homie, and she told him, he asked her to go out, she said no. She was in a car, and I never forgot this. It happened some months ago, and he was also a player, a basketball player. He was a young guy, in his 20s. I never forgot that situation. I did talk about it before on my segment, but I want to go deeper into it. And the young lady said no. She was at a drive-through, and when she told him no, and he took a gun out and shot her and killed her. Okay, so that makes, and after that situation, I've heard so many incidents where young women are saying no to these guys, and they're finding ways to hurt them. Okay, there's some of them that hurt their babies and hurt the baby mama. Okay, because she refused. Maybe she broke up with them after a while. Maybe she got tired of his trifling behind. Yes, ain't doing right. Ain't taking care of his kids, not sending no money to pay for diapers or nothing like that. So she get tired. So I said, be gone with you. Because I'm doing this all by myself. So guess what? I don't need you. So I'm done with you. Okay, they could be living with them, sleeping with them and things like that. And they tell you, no, I'm done. So you're being rejected. You're feeling rejected. You feel like your ego is shot. Who does she think she is? And who do you think you are? All right? Who are you that nobody can't tell you no? But guess what? A lot of this stems from childhood. A lot of this stems from parents. Because remember, I tell you, children are the product of their environment. So it stems from how they were raised, okay, what was happening in their environment, how it was happening in the home, how they've been treated as a parent to a child, okay, what messages parents were sending to their children in their treatment of them. Some parents have multiple children, okay, and they treat one different than the other, okay, because one is lighter and one is darker. The darker one gets shunned, or vice versa. The lighter one gets shunned, or the lighter one gets support. Most times it's the darker child. Okay. And sometimes children may look like, because some of us women, we don't take precautions when we go out with guys. We end up going to bed with them the first night. And what happens as a result, we didn't use protection. So what happens is you get pregnant. So it wasn't a planned pregnancy. So you have this child, and then you look at the child, you resent the child, you every little frustration you have taking on the child because this was to you a mistake. But remember, every child, okay, children are not a mistake. Okay, it's based, you don't want to have children, you got to take precautions. Okay, if you want to do when the time is right, well, you got to protect yourself. So if you're being irresponsible with your body, okay, the male as well, but then again, we're the ones that's carrying it. So guess what? I'm going to protect myself. So if you're going to be engaging in sexual activities, and he probably don't have a condom, you better bring some protection with you if you intend to do that. Okay, because you don't want you get, and if he refuses to protect himself while he's with you, well, you guess what? We ain't gonna be doing nothing. we're not going to go that route. I mean, you shouldn't be going that route, period. You know, until if there's marriage involved, and after marriage and you get involved, that's how the Lord, ordained it to be. But if you're going to do it beforehand, you need to protect yourself. Okay. You need to be responsible about yourself as a woman. All right. And you got to look out for you. All right. Because if he's not doing it, you don't want to you're going to be one holding the child. You don't be the one who's going to get pregnant. Okay. He could move on to somebody else. All right. So you got to think about you. Okay. So how to help children deal with rejection. All right. What are the signs of childhood rejection? That's very important and that's key. Okay. So here is what the researchers said. Whether it's intentional or not, the effects of rejection in childhood may include fear of intimacy, distrust, anxiety, which means a feeling of worry, nervousness, or uneasiness. Okay. Depression is characterized by persistent sadness and lack of interest or pleasure in previously rewarding or enjoyable activities. You have a sense of hopelessness as well. And we find that children are dealing a lot with depression. Okay. That's coming up a lot. Especially there's so much, children are dealing with this. Some of them are going to be doctors and things like that. They're dealing with it's so much. The psychiatric division, they're dealing with so much of this. As I was looking at the research, a lot of depression in children, and they're overwhelmed. There's a waiting list to get to see a psychiatrist or somebody to help for them to deal with it. Okay. Number 5. Okay. People pleasing behaviors. Yes. Always saying yes to everything, even when you want to say no. And I've been there. Okay. Signs of childhood rejection. Number 6, feelings of confusion and emotional pain from rejection may lead to attachment challenges, ineffective coping mechanisms, or an overall sense of loneliness. I've been there. Yes. So it wasn't something that was really good. You feel as if you have nobody. All right. You were raised to feel that you're supposed to say yes to people even when you don't want to. So it's very hard to really function. Okay. Examples of parental rejection. This is where it comes from. A lack of parental warmth and caregiving. All right. You don't feel like you're part of the family. You don't feel like you're their child. You don't feel as if, nobody care about your views. Nobody care what you say. When you're talking, if you say things, they laugh at you. I've been there. Okay. You are put in the back burner. You're put in the back seat, so to speak. What your suggestions, your thought patterns, nobody accept. You don't feel that connection with your family. You don't get hugs. You don't get kisses. You don't say, you don't hear what you did. Good job. All you hear is negativity. Okay. Some children, they're not kept well. All right. Their clothes are always clean. Okay. They're not taught hygiene. Okay. Okay. So these are all parental rejection. Okay. You don't feel love. Sometimes you got to give your children a hug and tell them, good job. You're doing so good today. You're so beautiful. I love you. You're wonderful. So a lot of times parents don't do that. Because guess what? They didn't get some of that themselves when they were raising, when they were being in a household. So when they have their own children, they don't do that. Parents, if you didn't get certain things, you need, especially warmth and caring and stuff like that, you need to break that cycle. okay, and do the opposite. I had to do it to get a different outcome. All right. Indifference or neglect of the child's physical or emotional needs. Yes. And I just talked about that. They don't keep clean. Okay. They don't smell good. They don't take baths. You know, you don't make them take bath. You don't make sure they eat breakfast. You don't make sure, and have lunch. You don't always make sure their bellies are full. A lot of children are feeling, they go to school sometime hungry. And that's one of the reasons why in New York City, they always have the schools open, even when they need to be closed. Y'all don't mind my little kitty here. This is Lily back here. Lily like to be nosy. She's only like 8 weeks old, so she's just running all over the place. That's my new little kitty. Say hello, Lily. Oh my Lord. Come in. Come in. Come in. Since you being my camera, say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. This is Lily. She's 8 weeks old. Okay. And she's a little troublemaker. She bothers the older cat. Remember, I have Ray here, the older cat. He's 18 years old. And she gives him so much trouble. Thank you, UMERADIO. Yes, she's a little cutie pie. Yes, but she is something else. Anyway, as we are rudely interrupted as usual. All right. So so these are my children. Okay, my little furry children. So now I got 2 of them now. Yeah, so, and I give her a lot. She think I'm her mother because they took her away from her mother pretty quickly. So everywhere I go, she follows me. All right. Some people should just not have kids. That's true. Satin Brown, you're absolutely right. You're right. So a lot of people were not ready for children. They were not ready for the children because if they were, they would have been more responsible. Okay. And that's the sad thing. That's why you have so much problems out here, because a lot of these people just having children be having children. And you got some people, families who have multiple children. Yeah, my parents were. Yes, I understand. I get it. We all got some stories we could tell. Yes, that's for sure. I see parents with having multiple children. And there's something called the Dugamans. Yeah. Oh my God. My parents had no business having kids. That's true. Yeah, they didn't know. Because, a lot of times these people, like I said, they didn't prepare for children. Some of these parents don't prepare. They don't prepare to be parents. This is something they did. They just had sex and then they have a child. Okay. Well, thank God they never aborted it, because a lot of people be aborting them. They weren't ready for it and they were aborting them. So, even though they wasn't ready, but the child came, you're here. But instead of them asking God to help, they just try to do the best they can with what they know. And sometimes what we were taught by our parents was not the right thing. We need to tweak some things. Some things were good, and especially when you grow up in a very poor emotional household where nobody didn't pay you no mind. You need to change everything. You need to change a whole lot. You need to ask God to help you to change some ideas, okay? Because if you don't do that, Lord have mercy, you're going to have more hell breaking loose, okay? Said, I sure wish they did. I love my life and I'm happy, but I wish they did abort me or give me up for adoption formally. Yes, I wouldn't, the abortion part, no. Sometimes I wish I was given up for adoption too myself, so don't feel bad, because I know how you feel. I know how you feel, Satin Brownie. Yes, I felt that too sometimes. I wish I was given up for, I said that too. I had said that to the Lord. I wish somebody gave him up for adoption because I never felt like I was wanted. I felt like I was a mistake, and when you feel like you're a mistake, then that's a problem. And children should not feel like that. Okay. So these are all part of parental rejection. And number 3, scolding, belittling, cursing, shaming, sarcastic, mocking, or disparaging. Okay, so you are mocking them, you're making them feel less than, you're talking down to them, you look like your pappy, I can't stand you. Oh, I wish you were never born. All these mean things, okay, making them feel less than who they are as a person. You know, you so dumb, you so stupid, you can't do nothing right. Everything I teach you, you don't know what to do. I mean, come on. I was abandoned, left to self-care from an early as I can remember. No adult care, just left to my own device. It's wrong. You're absolutely right, Satin Brownie. It's definitely wrong, you know? And I had to go through it myself. I had to raise myself. You know, I had to start teaching myself some stuff. Yes, I did. So I understand. Okay. I was belittled. Okay. Scolded. I was beaten for stuff. I don't know what I was getting whooped for. I used to get whooped a lot for stuff. I don't know what people said, what church folks said, you know, because I grew up in the church. You know, everything my parents thought that what church people said was better than what we said. So then you got to be able to raise your children in a way where, you know, they don't feel left out. Okay. They don't feel like they don't belong. Okay. So belittling and cursing them. You know, I hear women, mothers on the phone pushing their babies in the car, little babies in the stroller, and they on the phone cussing. And then sometimes the child may do something out of the ordinary and they're cussing at the child using profanity. What is wrong with you? Why are you cursing at your child? Why are you using, you know, awful curse words, you know, and calling them B's and F's and, you know, and Jamaican curse word. You know what that is. I'm not going to repeat it on air. You know, they're doing different things, you know, just talking down to the children. These are all part of parental rejection. You are teaching your child to feel less and less of who they are. So as they're growing, they're feeling like they're not worth anything. So this is how they're going to view the world. They're going to think the world, you know, is rejecting them as well. So if they're going through stuff and people say no to them or whatever it is, they're going to lash out. Okay, because when they were growing up, nobody was paying them any mind. You've been mistreated a lot, and just nobody cares whether you live or die. You know, whether you eat or sleep, nobody cares. Okay, you're just going through emotion. Okay, and another example of parental rejection, number 4, is hitting, beating, or throwing things. Yes, throwing because we're upset. We take switches and we whip them. I remember Michael Jackson said, you know, when he was growing up, he never even in a childhood. The late Michael Jackson, he was whipped a lot. And they really didn't have time to be friends because they had to be this musical prodigy, geniuses, whatever the father wanted them to have a career in music, because he never really achieved that dream because he had all these children. So he had to make sure he achieve his dream through them. So they used to go through a lot. And one of the troubled experience of Michael Jackson, when he talked about, you know, how he was raised, and, you know, he never really had a childhood. So everything kind of stopped. So as he grew into an adult, he was like a big child. So he ended up with Never Never Land and have all these amusement parks because he never experienced all these things as a child. Okay, he was always whooped. Every little thing you got, they couldn't have girlfriend. They couldn't even, you know, have a life. Grow up as a child. They had to be always in the limelight, had to be doing the music all the time, and they have to always constantly practicing. You know, it was a lot for a child, you know, and then you put down the process, you know, and he said he had to go out and get his own switch for his butt to be whipped. I mean, come on. You get wales on your body, all kind of stuff, you know. So in them times, you know, electric cords they used to use and all kind of shoe heels, and my goodness, you know, I even understand, you know, in my studies as you know, going to school, working on my 3rd master's, you know, I was reading where, you know, a young lady from about 9 months, 10 months, the father stubbed out his cigarette on her foot bottom. That's an abuse. I mean, come on. Okay. You start to reject your child at such a young age. Yes, iron cores ice of wickedness. That's right. Certainly right. A lot of us grew up like that, especially in the West Indian culture, and I guess the Southern culture too. And I don't know how many other cultures do this, but I know in our time, oh my God, we used to get whipped for all kind of stuff, even things that we didn't even know we didn't know we're getting whipped for. Okay, my daddy used to, people would come and complain and say this and say that, and I don't know. So he wait till I don't know, till maybe a few weeks pass. Then he will whip you from day one all the way back to the second or third week, and you be like, "Remember when you did this? Remember when you did that?" And he whip you. Remember you did that? Bang! And you remember I mean, I'm just going through for what? And you don't know what you're getting whipped for. You have no idea. So if you're gonna beat the child, at least tell the child what you're whipping them for, but don't whip them for something that somebody said the child did. You investigate. You need to know your child enough whether they're telling the truth or a lie. So if you teach your children to tell the truth, then that's what you should be expecting. Okay? But don't be up there listening to people and taking their word for everything because you don't know your own child. And that's the problem. Yes? Yeah, the Jamaican culture is a wicked culture to its people. That's right. From childhood horrors to adult victimization, yet to the world, they are so loving. You got that right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're talking right. Talking right. As I tell you, some stories, oh my God. I mean, our parents would be put up for abuse. I'm telling you. The things that we experience, wow. Now they would be called. They would be definitely in trouble for abuse. Yes, because it didn't make any sense. And some adult children today are still dealing with those issues. Some of them have so much trauma that they can't even bounce back. They are adults and they're still struggling. Okay, thank God. Some of us got healing because we went and got help. We saw a psychologist. We got some spiritual healing. Wow, Seth Browning, I'm still struggling. Wow. Yeah. So some people are still struggling in their 40s and 50s and 60s and still struggling with the childhood emotional trauma. Some people has not even, they don't know how to, they're trying their best to cope. They're dealing with, as much as they can, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Okay. So the hitting, the beating, and throwing things. You got, parents, this is all part of rejection. And number 5, making the child feel unloved, inadequate, unwanted. Oh my God. Feel like you don't belong. Okay. So everybody else is chosen over you. You may have a home full of other children and you're left last. They give you the scraps or whatever it is. The trauma made me fear people, fear the world, fear the outside world. Yes, I've been there, Satin Brownie. So I understand what you're saying. I grew up in fear as well. I grew up being angry. I grew up being hostile. I grew up feeling like I didn't know who I am as a person. Yes. I mean, it was really, I didn't feel like I was a wanted child. Now, I didn't feel nobody loved me. Okay, these are all part of parental rejection. Yes, Jamaica Foundation, welcome. Yes, it's very sad. I felt like, I don't know why I was here. I was a third child, first girl in my family of 6. And I felt like, I don't know why I was even brought here because I was left to wander on my own and take care of myself, basically. I mean, I go through the motions trying to follow people. And I didn't realize I was a peculiar child. I didn't realize, I do things different. I never follow anybody. I never follow what everybody else was doing. I never follow, I always do things opposite. I never follow everybody else. And it wasn't good for the family. They didn't feel like something was wrong with me. They think I was crazy. Yes. Oh, wow. I'm still asking God, why am I here? Ultimately, this was God's choice. My parents were never loved. I feel for them too. That's right. Hurt people. hurt people. So you're hurt as a parent. If you don't know how to change it, you end up hurting your children in the process. Yes, and yes, there's a reason why I was birthed. There's a reason why you are here, a satin brownie, and everybody else is feeling rejection and feeling, those pains from your past. Okay, and you're here. There's a reason why you're here. God has a plan for your life. Look what God has me doing. Okay, look what He has me. He used my misery to become my ministry. He used everything that I went through in my life, such a strong emotional trauma. Okay, and here I am today. I am helping, using my pain, using my struggle to improve other people's lives. Okay, showing you, demonstrating to the world. Okay, yes, there was, still figuring it out, but one thing for sure, God's with me and God's got me. Yes, He does. And once you know that, you're good. Okay, so God is using me, to help others. So God, you allow God to help you and to change your life and make your life different. Okay, and you give it to the Lord, He work it out for you. So even though you may feel unwanted and feel unloved as you are growing up, know that Jesus loves you, and once you give it to the Lord, He help you through the process. He helped me. I'm a living, breathing, walking testimony. I'm a miracle from the Lord. Okay, He has helped me through a lot. All right, so He can help you too. So here's some steps in how to help children deal with rejection. Oh, Spirit of God. You comfort and validate their experience. You make failing safe. Okay? When they fail, because everything is not going to be, they're not going to always win everything all the time. Okay? You make them feel safe. It's okay. There's always another time. Okay, like Apostle Faith, I was in a library trustee election, and I came in 6th place, but it's okay. I didn't win the winning votes, but it's all right. I got 437 votes. Hey, at least now people know me. And the Lord said to me, He said, daughter, the race is not for the swift. Don't worry about it. I got this. Okay, but the important thing is I enjoyed it. I was able to go through the whole process and I felt really good. So even though I didn't win this time, it's okay. And that's how you got to make children feel. So if they're really winning a race and they didn't come through a third, they didn't come in 1st place or 2nd place. Okay. All right. You're the parent. You, the parent, are not perfect. So neither is the child. Remember that. That's true. That's exactly right. Okay. So you got to make sure, let them know that we all of us are not perfect. I used to tell my children that. I told my children all the time, your mommy ain't perfect. So if I'm doing something and something ain't right, if I did something to you and you didn't feel good about it, you come and tell me. And if I need to apologize, I will explain. Whatever I need to explain, if I need to apologize, I'll say I'm sorry. To this day, my children are grown, and if they feel that I did them something wrong, and they come and tell me, of course I apologize. I say, well, you know what? Sorry, daughter. I'm sorry, son. Sometimes they bring up stuff from the past, which I wasn't aware of, and I apologize. I explain what was going on, and I apologize. So, we come together. I don't have a problem apologizing to my children. I'll be the first one to apologize. Okay, because we ain't perfect. And I would never act like I am, because I'm still learning stuff. As old as I am, I'm still learning things, because there's still things that I was missing in my life. And people think when I be around people sometimes, they say, oh, you should know that. You a teacher, you a this. What does that mean? You a pastor, you a therapist, but no. What does that mean? Do I have to know everything? I'm still learning stuff. You see me here. I share with you a lot of things. A lot of things I talk from experience. A lot of things I do my research, because I don't want to bring information to you and not having the clarity, and I get scriptures that connect to what I'm teaching and things like that. So, we gotta understand that let children feel, to help them deal with rejection, make them feel that failing is okay. Okay. You don't have to win all the time. And there's a saying, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. So if you played the game and you did your best, well, hey, celebrate that victory. Okay? It's not always about winning. It's just really sometimes just having fun. It's just having fun. All right? So you all winners, whether you get the first place trophy, the second, third, or fifth, it doesn't matter. You're still a winner regardless, because you played the game and you played it fair. It's all right. Okay. And if you don't succeed, you try again. Okay. That was the third point. Okay. Here we go. So to help children deal with rejection, tell them if you don't succeed, try again. There's always another day. While there is life, there is always hope. Okay. Remember that. Whilst you are life, you always have hope. Okay. So things will always get better over time. All right. Number 4, tie your children's value to their character, not their achievement. Okay. And which will aid them in boosting their self-esteem. So you deal with their character, build them up as little boys and little girls. Tell them you did a great thing, wonderful thing. Correct them when they're wrong. And when they're wrong, don't laugh and think it's cute and let it pass. Correct it when it needs to be corrected. All right. And you do everything in love. You can discipline in love, mommies and daddies. It ain't always got to be about, you got to be angry about something. No. If you're angry, take some time. All right. So tie your children's value to their character, not to their achievement. So I would tell my children in school, okay, I got it. All right, I'm wrapping up. Okay, all right. So I'll tell my children, let me just finish this one point, that you get some A's or B's. I'm not telling you get straight A's. I'm not telling you straight B's, but we're not going to deal with C's or D's, but you're going to work hard to achieve, so when they do great things, they get rewarded. And that's really powerful. So our last point is take a back seat. Sometimes give them room to work it out. Stop interfering, thinking you can fix everything. So give them a chance to build and grow. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit more about this on next week. We're going to continue this process. All right. So I'm just so thankful to have you here today. I'm thankful that you have hopefully some of these points will help you to change your mindset. If you haven't been there, if you're not there yet, and allow God to take you through what you need to go through in helping you to be a better parent. All right. So that's where you want to be, is a better parent. You may not be a perfect parent, but you be a good parent so your children will be healthy and strong and be able to navigate the world. So we're out of time. And, as always, getting into these topics takes a while, but you know what? I'm allowed the Lord to continue to lead me and direct me. All right. So you can contact me at wamoministries@gmail.com. If you have questions, you have anything you want me to answer and respond to on the show. All right. And thank you so much, and wamo.org, go to the website. And thank you for all the subscribers on all our social media networks. I want you to have a great day. This is Sister Georgie from Mississippi by way of Jamaica, West Indies. Know I love you and Jesus love you more. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us today for Parenting 101 with Sister Georgie. Have questions? Seeking answers? Ask Sister Georgie. Tune in to our live shows, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on UMERADIO.com or YouTube.com/UMERadio. Sponsored by Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries. If you need more information or have an interest in taking online parenting courses and workshops, send an email to support@wamoe.org. This program is in association with CARIBVISION at CARIBVISION.tv. Start watching today.